good deep breaths flow when you're in. No rush. Huge inhales and exhales, settling into the hammock. Feel the body relaxing. Each breath helping you sink deeper. It's an amazing week to really have gratitudes. And so one of my big gratitudes for today is just the gratitude that each day is a fresh start. Sometimes I see people that it's almost like computer programs. It's like you don't know why you're doing the things that you do, but it's like so ingrained in you that you have to do it. And for some people, it's almost like these programs have been set from such an early point in childhood that maybe at that point in their life, those lessons were absolutely necessary. But life changes. It has this tendency to change over time. And so sometimes we don't take that moment, that meditation, that moment just to click uninstall for those programs. And so just so much gratitude that we can just reset. There's a blank slate every day. Life is a fresh start. We can always learn new hobbies. We can always learn new skills. Life, we can treat it like an adventure, like we're on a playground and we're just trying to have fun in life. So what adventure would I like to choose today? Makes it so life isn't the same thing day after day after day. It can be new variety of experiences as we go through it. So that's the idea that we'll send this into our class today. Just that idea that as we move, especially wiggling spine stuff, helping that low back, helping good muscles, imagine that that's helping to cleanse those areas back into a blank slate. So with that idea to get us started, let's stretch the arms to the back wall. Let shoulders go left and right a few times. Easy first movements for the body. When you're ready to hug right knee in, give it a good tug. Maybe some ankle rolls. Legs stretching up to sky when you're ready. Grab on wherever you can comfortably reach. Inhale. Good exhale. So from there, take it to the pigeon pose, looking right heel to back left, slide the shin in. So this first initial swipe through, like when you're cleaning a chalkboard, the first swipe kind of starts to take away some of the pictures or letters that are on there. But sometimes it takes more swipes afterwards. So that's what the whole class is here for, just continuing to swipe, swipe, swipe until by the end we feel really good. So another breath here, let it flow in and out. Free up this leg and drop it down. Second knee into chest. Maybe some ankle rolls. Put up to sky when you're ready. Grab on, easy hamstring stretch. And hook the heel, hip opener. happy the body is to be in this time, in this place. One more good inhale. Nice exhale. And as you free out the leg, drop it down. For our first inversion today, let's head straight into vampire pose. So scooting your feet in closer to glutes, lift up your hips, start to do that fun process of getting some of the fabric down closer to feet. And this will be kind of a playtime with vampire pose when you get there. So maybe you just want to hang for this first inversion. Maybe you want to be in your low back stretching out. So maybe you keep your feet in the little pocket so you can do a plow pose. Or maybe you want to do a split stretch, one foot down to the ground. Maybe you're balancing away from the fabric entirely, one foot balancing forward while the other goes back, and then switching. There's lots of options. Just be playful with this. What does the body want to do for this first one? This deep kind of intuitive listening. This way of tuning in to the body. So that it's less of a question, more of just a knowing. I know that this is the next pose for me, the next shape, next experience. We've still got the majority of class in the inversion, so if you've been out for a little while, you're welcome to return to some of those initial stretches we did, or you can continue to play with the inverting. If we're still upside down, let's wrap up what we're currently doing and eventually start heading out toward our brief shavasana, or sitting up when you're ready. The next stretch we're going to take is a forward fold. So if you step the feet out, bring them back in. Just let the hands slide down the shins. Easy forward fold over the legs. Rather than focusing on the spine being stick straight, kind of tilting forward like a sword, think of it as more of a lazy approach at this point in class. Sometimes that lazy energy is what we need to help the spine the very best. From here, let's anchor right hand on left leg. It could be grabbing side of foot, side of calf, whatever works, but right hand anchors on left leg. And then left hand 3 times. With our inhale, we circle up to sky, and then stretch it all the way to that back wall. Inhale back up. Exhale forward. Take another 2. And circling forward. This last one, stay in the twist just a little bit longer. And return the arm forward. As it comes forward, anchor that left hand on the right leg wherever you can reach. And then right hand 3 times. Inhale up, exhale back. Inhale up, exhale forward. Repeating 2. On this last one, stay in the twist a bit longer. Return that arm all the way forward. Keep the bottoms of feet together. Bring the heels in. Knees are going wide as the fabric will allow. And then pop the elbows and even almost up to the shoulders past the front. The head comes down to the chest. The hands slide behind the back of the head, helping to invite the chin down. And I stretch for that low back area. Releasing the arms back inside. We're going to kick the feet free off the front. Gripping the fabric left and right. We're going to teeter-totter, kind of tease our body, not quite to a flip twice. And then on the third one, you have an optional flip, or just come out coming forward, up to you. But straighten the legs in front of you twice. We come up, just find that point where it's like, okay, I'm not quite tilting, and then come back up. Number 2. And back up. Last one, optional full flip if you'd like. Good work. Let's stand under plumb line fabric, over the shoulders and around the low back. We're going to circle the hands above the head and around. Take that circle twice before you grip. And the weight of the hips goes back. Feel the whole spine getting pulled long. From here, you're welcome to start circling the hips around the globe. You can go fast, you can go slow. If it's too intense of a back bend through the front, just let the knees be softly bent. We'll give it 2 or 3 more breaths until we come up to give our fingers a break. So coming up, if you're ready, wiggle the fingers out. Good. Go back into it once more. So if you'd like to take maybe the second direction through the circles, that's fine. Fast or slow, it's all up to you. Maybe you're even just kind of pausing at different angles. Feeling the body get pulled a bit longer. This time, whenever you're satisfied, take the fabric under the shoulder blades and just lean back, shaking hands out. Try to anchor the left foot onto a spot on the mat where you feel pretty solid. As the right knee comes in, we'll give that knee a nice hug into chest. We'll try to straighten the leg out. So first, maybe try to grip around the thigh. You want to try instead to grip for side of foot. That's fine. Just find the spot that's going to work to help that extension go up. And then bend this right knee at the right foot. Find that center spot that will keep you kind of still towards the back. And then left knee in, give it that hug. Maybe grip under thigh or side of foot, extension up. Good, bend the knee, drop it down. Walk the feet a full step forward. Dropping the hips down, take the right ankle to that left thigh, rotating the right knee open. Now as we straighten the left leg, let your body twist until the right foot drops off to the left. From there, continue to try to spiral the spine to face mirror. So sometimes I'll open my arms, let my neck be looking over right shoulder. Sometimes I'll anchor my hand in a certain way. Just feel that spine, that low back, get a nice twist. Imagine this is a cleansing action for the spine. Good. Soften the knees as we come back to feet planted in front of us. Left ankle to right thigh. Sink the weight down. Straighten the right leg and twist until the left foot plants off to the right. Feel the torso trying to return forward. Maybe the arms open to help that out. Soften the knees to unwind forward. Grip hands up high, elbows and shoulders coming to the inside so that way we can slowly slip down to glutes. From here, as the legs come out in front of us, they're nice and wide. So you've got different options of what to do with the arms. If it's difficult to sit up in general, just keep the grip high And use the arm strength to help you try to lift. If you'd like to circle the hands around, clasping them in front, that can help you to start to lean forward. And note that if you prefer to lean forward to a deeper angle, what you'll do is inch yourself backwards any amount. The further backwards you go, the more long it'll tilt you forward to lean into the fabric. So you choose, it's your degree of help, whatever feels useful. And note that you can be completely still in the center, or there can be a very slight sway left and right if that feels like that's helping your back out better. Okay, so sitting back up, release the clasp of fingers together, gripping each side. Let's plant the feet in front of us. Do about 5 or so pull-ups from here. And on the 5th one, we can come up to stand. Okay, whenever we're back up, let's grip very lightly. Fingers are still resting about as wide as our shoulders or slightly wider. Let's go forward, upper body goes forward. Like a fierce pose, start to bend the knees, sit the hips back, and even let your heart arch forward. Chin up. Good. Straighten the legs and let yourself flatten back out. 2 more. Fierce pose, sit back. Flatten forward. 1 more. Beautiful. So soft knees bend, roll the spine up. We'll take it into a hip hang with an optional standing split. So padding if you ever need it, fabric across the front of hip bones. I usually tiptoe forward to take any slack out, and then I can drop my hands down as I bend the waist. 3 good steps back with the hands so that we're right under plumb line. Good. So I'll guide you toward that standing split if you want to take it. If you prefer just to do hip hang, that's fine. But right foot stays on the ground. Left leg goes wide, and then bending the knee, try to catch the outside of the fabric. From there, if the standing toes lifted, try to return them back to ground, and then the leg that's wrapped can continue to slide higher. There is also an option to take your hands onto that bottom ankle instead if you want to try for it. You don't have to. They're all wrapped through the outside, so you're all safe. You're looking good. I know it, the first time it feels weird. Good. And I'll let you guys choose how long you're in the standing split on each side. So if you're happy with this amount, you can always drop down. If you want a few more breaths, that's fine. Eventually switching so that you get to balance yourself out. So probably play with your plumb line first. So play with, you're like really far forward of your plumb line. There you go. Yeah, I would hop yourself back a little bit. Yeah. And
Are we hanging?
Exactly, you're like a hanging shape. Yeah.
You are?
Yeah, look at Michael.
Oh, it's gonna spit off the ground.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
I realized.
Yeah. Don't forget to take second sight if you haven't switched at all yet. Okay, you're almost there, just a little wider. Yeah, that's it. Try to hop your weight back a little bit. I think you're standing too far. Any variations you did it on one side, feel free to play with it on the other. If you want to take it to normal hip hang, that's also beautiful. A little bit of inversion time until we've got the majority of us out. Fun flip. That's okay. That counted. That worked. Usually people just like get their feet underneath them on the ground and then just like slowly roll their spine up. Yeah, that works. Yep. You were totally safe. You got yourself good. Okay, if you're not out yet, go ahead and slowly head out. Give yourself some recovery time so head feels good. This is kind of like our normal where just lay back as long as your head is still giving you cues that it's like, okay, I look dizzy or just my blood pressure is not quite flipped yet, you know, whatever those signs are, ear pressure, ear fullness. And when you feel like you're back upright, you're safe, everything's good, only then just come up to stand so that way I know how you're doing. Okay. We're doing okay. Let's take our right thigh inside. Make sure you're not too far behind plumb line, just that 2 or 3 inches when you gaze up with your head. First, just a normal warrior one. So flat hands, thumbs cut around, start to sink your weight forward. Feel this open up that hip crease area that just had the pressure. And from here, we're going to slip both shoulders inside of the fabric, hands at the heart. This means that the elbows are wider than the fabric. That's what's going to keep us in for the next beat. So a couple of breaths here. Option to try to muscularly straighten out this right leg. Okay, so we bend the knee, bend the standing leg, lean back into the fabric. It's caught because our elbows are wider, and try to straighten the leg out in front of you. Good. Bending, and back forward. Maybe leg is bent, maybe it's straight. Bending, head backwards, leaning into it. Let's go one more time. Forward. Backward. Good. Coming back forward. Continue to lean your left shoulder into the fabric. Put the left wrist hook to the outer right thigh. And right hand slides up high on the fabric. It's a twist. That top hand grips tightly to help unwind safely from the twist. Take your weight back over standing leg, slip down to ankle. Any type of leaning forward or splitsing forward that feels good, especially after that little warm up we had for those hamstrings just a moment ago. With patience, imagine each inhale is like a swoosh down of water, and then the exhale is swooshing back the other way. Or like an Etch-a-Sketch and how you have to shake it multiple times to clean it out. So imagine each breath is like that shake. And it's also helping the muscles relax a little better. One more breath in and out. And your weight over standing leg. We're gripping onto left side for a moment with balance. Turn your standing toes to the left. And what we're going to do here is bend your left knee. Leave your right leg in the fabric straight. So it's turning this into kind of like a squat lunge. The left toes are welcome to turn a little bit more to the back of the mat. I'll even have my left hand resting on that left thigh. My right hand is still gripping on just to kind of help me balance. So sink as much into it. You can lean forward, you can be more stacked upright. You could even drop left fingers to floor. So you're just sinking into it in a way that helps your inner thigh stretch. Beautiful. Working our way back up to stand. Take another 90-degree turn, bending the knee down. We're facing the back wall. Grip over each shoulder and a little hop back takes us under plumb line. Let's go into the quad stretch. So shoulders just lean backwards and right quad is speaking to us. Hello. Okay, weight back over standing leg. Find your balance until you can drop hands to floor. Once your hands are on the floor, try to straighten both legs. And then walk the hands as far back as you can into a split. Hands walk up to the other side of the mat. Slide the left foot back so it's like a three-legged dog. And from that three-legged dog, we'll do a little core challenge. You get to choose the difficulty. The first part is shoulders over wrists like a plank. That could be it. Or you can do a little sliding of the left foot briefly up to the sky and back down before you go back to three-legged dog. Good. We'll repeat 4 more. Maybe just the plank or maybe left foot up and down. And then back to three-legged dog. 3. Back to three-legged dog. 2. 1. Good. Now softly lower left knee to the ground. It's not quite a pigeon pose, so the toes are not swiveling. Toes are still pointing to the back of mat, and then just sink your weight back. Lowering to elbows is fine. Onto our hands. We're gonna try to work our way back up to standing balance. So, if possible, first take the three-legged dog. Left knee lifts. And then left foot tries to hop really far forward, kind of close to the hands. Both knees can be bent in a way that helps you balance as you rise up. Do a grip over each shoulder, maybe a slide back if you went really far away from plumb line. Then what we're gonna try to do, gripping up high, both feet are gonna step into the fabric in this ankle hang fashion. So that left foot needs to come up, slip in, and then we're kneeling. Okay, once we're there, bring the hands behind to grip. Good. Knees tilt forward, heart arches up and back. Head up. Slide the hands up. Use the strength of the legs to take your body up to shoulders up to where the hands are. Then try to slowly roll lower back down. Good. Flip around to face forward. And we've got left thigh in. First, normal warrior one, flat hands high, thumbs hug around, sink the weight forward. Start to bring both shoulders inside, hands in that prayer position, so elbows are wide, we're caught. The legs start to just straighten out a little bit. It's first little test at trying to get to hamstring stretch. Then standing leg for a moment as we're leaning backward. Lengthen the leg back up if you can. Okay, forward 2. Yeah, if you're significantly not under plumb line, you can always adjust it and lean back. One more. Back one more time. Good. When we come forward, let's hook up the twist. So right wrist hooks to outer left thigh or forearm. You can hook instead. Right shoulder is still leaning inside, left hand slides up. And a hiking grip to safely unwind. Let's flip it to ankle. Any amount of forward fold or splitting forward. More breaths, keep it slow and easy. That nice swooshing action to imagine cleansing this whole leg. And when you're ready to turn open, I'll keep my left hand on the right strand, right toes turn open. Toes maybe even turning to back of mat. And then bend standing leg. And start to lunge, leaning into it. Huge inner thigh opener for that straight left leg. Really, the left hand is just helping you balance. So it can stay high, it can go to leg, it can go to floor. One more breath in. And out. Let's come up. Turn to the back wall. Grip over each shoulder, maybe a hop back. Quad stretch, leaning the shoulders into the fabric. Just let your weight sink backwards a little bit. Okay, weight comes up. Find your balance. Eventually dropping hands down. The knees are probably bent right now, so once you're there, both legs straighten and walk the hands backwards any amount that you can. Splits. Okay, hands walk forward, slide the right foot back, three-legged dog. 3 times either just go forward and backward or include the right foot lift. So shoulders forward, maybe foot lifts, lowers, three-legged dog. 4, 3, 2, 1. And softly nail right knee down. Sink the hips back, maybe drop to elbows. We're gonna see if we can come up, hands plant. Lift up the back knee, three-legged dog. Up the right foot forward. The knees can be any amount of bent to help you rise. Grip over the shoulders, maybe come back under plumb line. Okay, hands grip up high enough that we can get right foot in, kneeling down. One more time, knees tilt forward, heart arches up and back. Should be a double quad stretch. When we rise up, let's see, we can do that slow motion little pull up. So hands go high. Strength of the legs takes us up to the hands. We try to use that arm strength to slowly lower. You got it. Okay, let's take our shuttle back. So, facing either way, note if you face back wall, you'll see yourself in mirror when you flip. If you face toward me, you'll see the back wall, vice versa. So just note which way you want to face. And then take the fabric to the sacrum. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Keep the core engaged as you're leaning that part onto the sacrum. Tiptoe until you're under plumb line, hands up, knees wide. Drop your ankles. And any variations you want to play with are welcome. So some of us might do chandelier. Some of us might play with Vitruvian man. We've got all sorts of things you can play with, or just hang. One of our last poses of the day, so this is a really good chance just to make sure all of our energy is continuing to just kind of culminate into a really good way. This will be as long of an inversion as you want for this last one. So there's still a good 2 or 3 minutes before we would normally even be in Shavasana, so don't feel rushed at all. If you're heading out before others, listen intuitively to what stretches your body would like once you've recovered. So this could be a couple of seated stretches, it could be some sitting back in the fabric, whatever intuitively would help your body out. And as a culmination, as a wrap up, where we're completely done today, add any of those good things to your body. Still no rush if you know to hang longer, just enjoy it. At any point, if you feel ready, you're welcome to take any type of Shavasana. You can be on the ground, you can be laying in the hammock, whatever you'd like for this last one. So naturally, some of us will be in Shavasana sooner, some of us will be there later. Don't feel rushed at all. But perhaps this visualization would be useful when you're ready for your Shavasana. Little kids have this toy that's a magnetic pen, and the magnet will draw different pictures. And the eraser at the bottom is a thing that you grab onto and you swipe across, and then you return it. By swiping it, it helps to cleanse the board. So perhaps your inhales and exhales are like that swipe. With your inhale, you're swiping it to one side. Exhale, you're swiping it to the other side. By every breath, just repeating that gentle process. By the end of our Shavasana, you'll be so magnetically cleansed. So just let your good deep inhales and exhales flow. Huge breaths in and out. Just enjoying yourself for the next few minutes. Let's begin to deepen our inhales, our exhales. Introduce little movements back to fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Stretching body out like we're waking up first thing in the morning. Movements that feel good are welcome. Laying back, maybe a fetal position to each side. If you're in other positions, just let your body have good movements, returning back to stretching, back to opening. Everything just feel good. Essentially coming up to a comfortable seated position when your body feels balanced and happy. So from here, we return back to that idea that we can have a blank slate every day. We can give ourselves that permission. We can click uninstall on any programs that are not really useful at this point in our life anymore. We don't have to just continue to carry them around because at one point they were. And we can learn new hobbies, new skills, try new things, approach life in a more playful way, not just doing things because that's how we've always done them. So in this way, with having a fun blank slate to help lead us forward, let's wrap up the time we shared together with the sound of Om. Deep inhale now. May we be filled with light, happiness, and peace. Namaste.
Namaste.